New tonight, a head-on crash on I-10 in Madison County. It happened around 7:30 tonight in the eastbound lanes near mile marker 260. Florida Highway Patrol says both drivers have life-threatening injuries. Also, a passenger in one of those cars is seriously injured. This is resulting in a complete roadblock with traffic backed up at least 3 miles. Officials rerouting traffic off I-10 at exit 251 and into town. Now, several hours later, taking a live look there, it does appear that there are some lanes of traffic moving. It doesn't look like all lanes, though. Things moving still very, very slow. And again, it's looking like the eastbound lanes maybe stopped in that direction. Again, all 3 people involved very seriously hurt in that crash right there. FHP not telling us yet when all those lanes may open.